The scoreboard at Villa Park says Aston Villa won 2-1, and if you just look at the highlights, specifically Morgan Rogers staring through Manchester United's defence like a freight train, you would assume this was a chaotic collapse from Ruben Amorim's side. But if you look closer, past the result, you will see that United actually found something they have been missing for years. This match was a tale of two conflicting truths. On one hand, you had Morgan Rogers proving he is no longer just a prospect. He is already playing like one of the best number 10s in world football. On the other hand, amidst the defeat, Lisandro Martínez quietly rewrote the rulebook for what a Manchester United number 6 should look like. Today we are not just breaking down the goals, we are analysing the battle between the unstoppable force of Rogers and the unexpected tactical solution of Martinez. This is Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. Let's get into the tactics. First, we have to respect the context. This wasn't just another game. Unai Emery has sent Villa Park to a fortress. Coming into this Villa were in a 9-game winning streak. They are a machine right now, efficient, vertical and brimming with confidence. Manchester United by contrast arrived with one hand tied behind their back. 7 first-team players out injured. Bruno Fernandes going off at halftime. It was a makeshift lineup facing one of the most cohesive units in Europe. And yet, look at the possession. United had 57% of the ball. For large spells, they controlled the tempo, but possession without structure is just an opportunity for the opponent to counter, and that is exactly where the game was decided. Villa didn't need the ball to hurt United. They just needed space, and they found it in the one area Amorim's 3-4-3 couldn't protect. Let's talk about the man of the match, Morgan Rogers. We need to stop talking about potential. What Rogers did in this game is not normal for a young player. It is the performance of an elite senior number 10. Look at where he operates. He isn't a winger hugging the touchline, and he isn't a striker posting up the centre backs. He lives in the half space, that awkward pocket between the wing back and the centre back. For the first goal in the 45th minute, watch his movement. He drifts from the left into the centre. He knows that if he stays wide, he's easy to mark, but by coming inside, he forces the United midfielders to make a decision. Do I follow him and leave a gap, or do I pass him on? Before they can decide, he's already gone. The finish scared into the top corner was pure technique, and then, the 57th minute, it was almost a carbon copy. Same zone, same drive, same finish. What makes Rogers one of the best 10s in the league right now is his gravity. He is so physically imposing. He is huge, strong and fast that defenders are terrified to engage him 1v1. He draws 2 or 3 players towards him just by carrying the ball. This creates space for everyone else. Watkins, Tielemans, McGinn. They all eat because Rogers is the one cooking the defense. There are very few players in the world who combine the technical feat of a playmaker with the body of a targetman. De Bruyne has it, Bellingham has it, Morgan Rogers has it. He destroyed United's structure not by outpassing them, but by physically dominating the spaces they couldn't close down. So if Rogers was the chaos, who was the control? This is where the game gets fascinating tactically, because despite the loss, Ruben Amorim might have found his long-term answer at the base of midfield. Lisandro Martínez played as a number 6, and I want to focus on a specific quality he showed, which is rare in the Premier League. Most defensive midfielders, when they see a press coming, they rush. They play the safe pass quickly to the fullback. They just want to get rid of the ball. Martinez does the opposite. He pauses. There is a school of thought, and you see this with players like Frenkie de Jong or Jorginho in the past, that the best controllers are the ones who aren't afraid to stand still by taking that extra touch, but waiting for the Villa press to commit. Martinez takes the sting out of the game. He effectively freezes the opposition. He forces them to stop running and hold their shape. People are obsessed with the idea that the number 6 needs to be a giant. They want a Rodri, a Fabinho, someone who wins every header. But Amorim's system plays with a back 3. You already have 3 giants behind you. You don't need a 4th giant in midfield. What you need is a connector. Martinez is undeniably one of the best technicians in the sport. His ability to receive the ball at the half turn, under pressure, and zip a pass through the lines is elite. In this match, we saw him constantly scanning. He wasn't running around tackling everyone. He was positioning himself to receive, turn, and dictate. He brought a level of technical security that United simply do not have when they play Casemiro or Ugarte there. If the requirement for a number 6 is control, Martinez offered it in spades. He makes the pitch feel smaller for his teammates and bigger for the opponent. So here is the million-dollar question. If Martinez was so good at controlling the tempo and United had 57% possession, why did they lose? The answer brings us back to Morgan Rogers. The problem wasn't Martinez. The problem was the system's vertical compactness. When United pressed high, the backline dropped off too deep. This created a massive artificial gap in the middle of the pitch. Martinez can control the ball, but he cannot cover 40 yards of open grass all by himself. Rogers didn't beat Martinez in a duel, he beat the space that the system left open. When Villa won the ball, they bypassed the midfield entirely. They went direct to Rogers in those pockets. No amount of pausing on the ball can stop a counterattack if your rest defense isn't organized. It wasn't a failure of personnel, it was a failure of compression. The lines were too far apart. In the end, Aston Villa deserved the 3 points because they were ruthless in the decisive moments. Morgan Rogers proved that he belongs in the conversation for the team of the season. He's playing at a level above almost every other attacking midfielder in the league right now. But for United fans, don't let the result blind you to the process. The experiment of Lisandro Martínez and number 6 worked. It gave the team a technical throw they haven't had in years. Once the injuries clear up and once the team learns to squeeze the pitch better, that control from Martinez combined with the attack could be dangerous. But I want to know what you think. Is Morgan Rogers currently the best English talent in the league? And should Amorim keep Martinez in midfield permanently? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy tactical deep dives like this one. I'll see you in the next one.